What up? How's it going, everybody? I really hope the audio is better. I realized it was so tinny last night, so let me know if it's sounding good. Alright, lower myself for a second. Hope everybody's feeling okay. Got this beautiful after full rising moon right here, and it's losing the tint, but it came up super red and orange. I tried to get on quickly so we could see some of that. So this is the natural color. It's emanating like a yellowish, pinkish hue. What's going on, somebody somewhere? Michael, Buttercup, and Cognition. Y'all are first. At 9:39 p.m. Eastern Time. Central Florida. Beautiful weather tonight. Still in the quarantine zone, and made a little thumbnail today for the video with all the hexagons lining up so you can see what I've been talking about. I've done it before, but I thought I'd make a graphic. So let's play some tunes. I'll get set up here, just making myself a coffee, grabbing a smoke, and yeah, I want to make sure this audio is really slamming. I felt bad yesterday, like after the show, I was like, damn, I didn't realize how just didn't have that impact that it normally does. And I also lowered, I think I will lower this reverb just a bit more, got the sound really right tonight. Testing, okay. So let's go into this song called Golden, which is appropriate for the moment.
To watch you crawling down my chimney, I don't understand your clothes. Enemies like Easter bunnies, I don't wanna play the poor. 44 v 44, don't sleep the streets no more. An automatic Easter depression, cash machines could go to hell. I don't need your Easter bunnies telling me what news to sell. 44 v 44.
Hello, hello. All right, what's happening, everybody? That was a little bit of golden. Like I said, I feel like the audio is doing better tonight. Excuse me. And getting some tunes ready for y'all. Sharing this moon, sharing this time. Hoping everybody's doing okay today. Keep insane. Keep insane. Keep insane. I wanted to shout out everybody joining Sue Hill, what's happening, and Jedi Princess, and Genghis Khan, and whoever else is hopping in here tonight. Cheers with some coffee. Woo, that was loud. Clink. I made a real good brew tonight. So, yeah, just warming up a little bit. It's after work for me, so I just quickly set up. And like I said, it was coming in nice and orange on the rise, like really intense, way more than last night. And so I set up quickly and just clicked live. And so sitting here with y'all, getting geared up for a nice show tonight. I'm gonna go for at least an hour and a half. We'll talk about some geometry, talk about some theories. I want to give a shout out to Tess Mythos. She has been working on her videos, and I watched some of them today. I think this whole kind of comet alignment and just energy from space, electricity, and different discharge differentials in charge between the planets and the comets and humans, of course, could be some way to kind of understand what we're going through. So, of course, not a scientist, I'm just a thinker. I just feel like really the contingent of space is not really qualified as much as it should be in terms of this whole epidemic or this pandemic that we're going through. And not just that, all, you know, historical events that had to do with people seeing crazy things in the sky and then having plagues, having catastrophes on Earth, similar to the Velikovsky history, but also more so that, you know, all sorts of illnesses could be attributed to solar, cometary, and planetary interactions and events. So I find that line of thinking very interesting. Obviously want to share it cautiously because I know it triggers some people, and some people think it's just really too far-fetched to kind of consider in terms of medicine. But I really think that medicine is related to electricity, and human consciousness is related to our place in the universe, our place in the solar system, the engagement of electrical charge and differential of charge, the magnetic shapes. And the thumbnail of this video has this kind of connection of, you know, the leopard and the sugar molecule and the basalt columning. These types of hexagons permeate our reality. The geometry is consistent. All right. What up, Esoteric Gold? Peace to you. Hey McKinsey, what's going on? Hey, what's up everybody out here in my garden, West Central Florida, nice. State of mind, trying to get some mental relief from the madness. The moon is lit. Yeah, been very blessed with this weather. Actually, it was cloudier early today. I was wondering if it would get clear, and it got nice and clear tonight, so I'm feeling lucky. All right, so let me know what you think about this, or just give me a story or two. Hope y'all are feeling good. Let's play some more tunes from the archives. We'll get something from this album. Let's do Game of Life.
What you far, staring up at the familiar lights, enormous. Don't make me pay the cost. Don't wanna live another day. Of course, but what does it all mean? Is it all just one bad dream? I'm trying to forgive, locking my lips to break them apart. You're down into orbit, sparkle and tricks too sweet and spark. Dying to forget, eyes of the world, don't let it go cold. Stuck in this orbit, sinking the coiling, darling, just break my heart anymore. I can't take it. I believe it after. Oh, I can't take it. Where does this feeling come from? Or where do I get the right to ask such outrageous questions? Or where does this feeling get me? Or how do I know it's right to ask such crazy questions? Or where will this feeling get me? Oh, where will this feeling get me? Now I know I have the right to ask those outrageous questions. But I'm trying to forgive, locking those lips to break them apart. I'm trying to orbit, sparkle and tricks too sweet and spark. Dying to forgive, eyes of the world, just let it go. Stuck in this orbit, stuck in the coiling, darling, just break my heart anymore. Alright, that was Game of Life and Trying to Forgive off the Calling My Mind album. Gonna do a real DJ show tonight. What's up? Shoutouts to Kimmy, hi, and Mary, hearts to you. Come in when you feel like it. What's up, L'amour fam? How are you? And Timothy Martin, and whoever else is joining, hanging out. I hope y'all are feeling okay. It's a little insane, the world we're living in today, but trying to provide a little space for us tonight. I hope the audio, again, is doing better than yesterday. I was pretty like, ugh, when I heard it afterwards, but I think it's good. So just please keep me keep me honest here. If it sounds like crap, I'll try and adjust it. I think yesterday I was just feeling like it was tinny, and I checked the connections and did a test stream and made sure it was working. It's been quite a life, quite a month. April's tearing by. Can't believe that really everybody's been indoors for almost a month now. But this is what the human race goes through. I imagine our ancestors, even in the last few hundred years, have gone through crazier things.
than this. At least we have internet and telescopes and a somewhat working healthcare system. All right, if the audio is good, I'm going to shut up about it. I'm happy that it's working better. I'll play some more tunes here. But if it is, all this new stuff is going to sound much better. So let's listen to something new. Let's do a couple in a row. We'll do Midnight Moon, Bottomless, and Keep You Waiting. These are all like less than 3 minutes apiece. Give us a little slow blues, huh? Well, this is kind of like a dirty jam. And Kimmy says, it's a great, we got 2 nights, super surprised, awesome. I don't know, I guess like I said yesterday, I set up everything, so everything was already ready to go tonight, and we couldn't have nicer skies. So even though it's kind of exhausting to work and then do this, I really love it. So I'm gonna try and do a couple of nights this week. Like I said, tonight is good, probably maybe tomorrow. Definitely one over the weekend, a late one. We'll do like a waxing, a waning crescent. I haven't done that in a while. So panning across the surface here, we're just taking a look at Oceanus Procellarum with Aristarchus, Copernicus, and Kepler. Now moving towards Mare Crisium up at the top with Proclus showing its bright rays. Let's hang out here for a moment. Yo, what's happening? Astrolabium. Welcome. Thanks for sharing all your stories and hearts and emojis, and just your presence here is appreciated. So just enjoying some coffee with y'all, and here's a song called The Pain I'm Into. I don't know, I just named these off the cuff.
Maybe right with a midnight moon. Maybe right 7 midnight moon. Right last midnight moon. Maybe right. Oh, we coming along.
you don't ignore the thru. I lived it once and forget the state, now into true. Tell the world what's new. Hues and blue broken from the nest as the steam rising from the west.
Old time, see my rivers wide, close eyes, oh bring my wishes right, open skies, clear the rivers wide, old time, bring my peace to life, deep inside your soul and keep me waiting. You keep me deep inside your soul and keep me waiting. I keep you deep inside your soul and keep me waiting. You keep me deep in soul of you. I was the rain,
All right. Those are a couple of songs. What's going on, Shockwave? What's going on, Ellie Wynn? What's up, Authentic Max? What's up? What's up? Who else? I know somebody else joined. Did I miss it? Let me know if I missed you when you came in. Yeah, just refilled my coffee, and Rick was talking about Comet. So just a couple of notes on that. Like I mentioned, Tess was doing some great videos. I watched a few of them earlier. And just this idea, really for me, it's very simple. This concept of electricity and charge density and charge differentials affecting wellness, consciousness, life in general on Earth, and possibly even the way we perceive things and consciousness. Being affected by like comets passing by, or many comets, or solar flares, or depending on, you know, like what planet is nearby. So people get really freaked out by this. For me, I'm not trying to pretend that, you know, I'm not scared of anything, but I definitely feel like it's very natural, the occurrences that we're facing, even when terrible suffering comes to Earth via these events. I feel like there's always this sort of balance of we get to be alive experiencing this. That in and of itself is the reward. And, you know, it could get really crazy. It could also pass. And this idea of kind of living in the future of ultimate demise is a way to live. And there are people who live in the past and they really thrive there. For me, I think I kind of fall right in the middle. I like to think about the past, and I like to consider the future, but really the moment now is really all we've got. 38 minutes into a live stream, this is where we are, or where I am. Probably just 15 seconds ahead of y'all in the stream, but either way, it's just, you can, I feel like, spend a lot of time worrying about what's to come, or we could just watch it unfold. And that's kind of where I sit. I want to see how it all unfolds. I want to try and also get a shot of the comet, but I didn't get a chance today. Like I said, I quickly set up and tried to get the orange, pinkish rise and make some coffee, which is really good tonight. So happy. I've been drinking really awful coffee for the last 3 days. I finally got my order in. I don't know if any of y'all have dug into your stock of food, but I definitely had to get into my coffee stash and ran into a bag of just like really not so good beans, and I had to drink that for a few days. So very happy tonight that my new order has been fulfilled. It's still super lucky we're facing a pandemic, yet I get to order wonderful gourmet coffee. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. So Authentic Max says, what's up? Have you seen any changes in visibility due to how low the pollution is? So I don't know. I mean, I know that people are talking about that. I want to say that yesterday's full moon was very clear. But then again, y'all have seen my stream. There's a lot of really great nights, even days after there have been airplanes passing through or storms. So I'm not sure if I could really say for sure whether yesterday was more clear than usual, even though there was a wonderfully clear night. I want to say that it's very possible that less human, not possible, it's definite that if people stay home, that we're going to give Earth a respite from all our activity. And in that way, it is good. In fact, just the idea of just doing that once a year anyway, just to give Earth a breather, would be nice. Let's see, where is it now between the Big and Little Dipper still? I really, honestly, I haven't done enough research. Shockwave, I got to just set up the scope and do it right with the smaller scope. The 11 is, like I said, always pointed kind of at eastern rise, and then I have like literally through a window. So I have a very small viewport of about 2 hours of just moonrise from the east. My 8-inch is still put away, and I'd have to kind of set it up looking north to try and get that shot, which I kind of been wanting to do to get the Venus elongation and also Orion, but put it away a couple months ago, and I have yet to take it out. Yeah, go definitely take a look with the binos. Give us an update there. But really, what Tess was talking about and what electric universe concepts and theories connote is that really comets could interact with Earth, creating electrical discharge, electrical differentials between our charge giving us our consciousness and our reality, and then changing that slightly and affecting us in this way. And that's why you can get this kind of mass effect on Earth as a whole, because we're within space and we're interacting with space as a planet. I feel like this is just something that's not really talked about in the mainstream almost at all, and most people are just regurgitating what they see and hear on Twitter or on news networks that are just ultimately corrupt. So I feel like here we can talk about it, we can think about it, you know, could be wrong, could be right. I feel like there is some sort of connection there. Historical events show that, you know, we had multiple comets in the sky during certain periods, mid-1600s. I think there was one even up until the 1800s, there was a point that we were looking at where there were multiple, like up to 20 comets in the sky, and people were definitely affected by that. The other part of it is not just illnesses and plagues, but also potentially the evolution of consciousness or the modification or augmentation of consciousness. And I think that's actually a very interesting topic as well. I'm kind of surface tonight. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of research recently. I've kind of gotten my brain out of research mode for a couple of months, trying to just enjoy space for what it is instead of being so obsessed with it. But yeah. Let me know if you have any thoughts on that or any questions for me. Try and elaborate, or if you have any requests for songs. Let's go into some other jams here. We'll do... What about this one? Let's do Feel For You. I like this. on. Alright, so those were a couple of tunes. Now I Know Better, Why Am I? Thanks for the kind words, everybody, and all the recommendations, Ellie. Yeah, eating coffee, right? People talk about that a lot, but I think I'm up to like 5 cups a day, just like going through it, because really just, I didn't want to, I don't know, it does kind of satiate the appetite momentarily. It kind of allows you to plow through some work without creating a full meal. But I know it's not the healthiest necessarily. I do have to stock up on some food. I've kind of gone through most of it. I'm kind of really craving some fruit actually, but that's going to take some work. And then let's see what else. Trying to do some zoom shots right here. We got Tycho in view, but it's a bit bright. And oh yeah, Max was talking about third world countries and how they deal with this type of stuff all the time in terms of like no electricity, water, paranoia, dystopian reality is a reality all over the planet for many people. And also for people in America already. So there is a very glossy PR shine to America's image, even to its own people. But there's definitely a dark underbelly to it. And it's not easy for many all the time, regardless of the Rona. But really, the answer always comes back to, like, what are you doing in the moment? And if you're alive to even experience the pain, isn't that in and of itself a win? And maybe it's not, but right now it feels good. Thankfully, we got some people here. Everyone's alive, and while we are, we can dance and drink some good coffee. What up, what up? Welcome back, Mary. And thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm just gonna look for some tunes here and just chat while I do. I updated, not updated, I just adjusted the filters on the camera so you can see a bit more contrast on the zoomed in view. It's looking really nice zoomed in, so I just wanted to see if y'all want to see that wide shot, but for now, just hanging out. I feel like I thought I was going to be deep tonight, but I feel like maybe it's just a hangout night. Just a long day. Trying to find us a song here. Think about the world. Let me know what y'all are thinking in the chat, how you're feeling. What's your neighborhood feeling like? I know Max is saying it's all norms in third world land, in countries that are already used to this, but if your neighborhood is crazy, or if people are looking at each other funny, I don't know, I think people are kind of getting sick of the news cycle. And it's also an election year, so it's also pretty gross as it is, so double that. We'll see what's going on with these stimulus packages, see if people get any type of relief, but unemployment looks pretty bad. The economy is going to do some weird roller coaster stuff for the next few months. So it can't be easy on people, especially small businesses, I've been noticing. Whistle song, catch. Is it time for catch yet? Maybe a couple more before catch. I feel like I get to that. How long have we been streaming? It's an hour. All right, okay. Let's do catch. Yeah. Catch. Going out to all y'all. Also, the people we've lost. Shouts to everyone who hasn't been on the stream in a while. Old school members, new school people, and anybody we see coming from space. Including our comet. So let's catch.
I left home at 17. Couldn't tell you, was living the dream. What could I do for a while? I played. lines. This green is when my particles come alive. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love today. Sitting in the backseat, sever the attention. Chrome fantastic. Fold your viewers in reverse. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. Sit in the backseat, send the attention. Chrome fantastic. Put your seatbelt in reverse. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. It's only a test. On the gas, it's only a test. Are you ready to go? Ready to go? Ready to go? Ready to go? I gotta get out of here. Driven a long, driven a long, long way. Took my love today. Sitting in the backseat, sever the attention. Chrome fantastic. You fold your viewers in reverse. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away. I'm driven along, I'm driven along, I'm driven a long, long way. You took my love, you took my love, you took my love away.
Okay, back at it here. Updated scope position, removed the focal reducer, got the camera direct to the 11 right now. It's looking really nice. I think I got another like 30-40 minutes before it dims and gets above the windowsill. Like I was saying earlier, like people coming from space, my brain melted. I literally saw like these flashing lights outside. Somebody was just doing their bike, but it definitely looked like somebody, some aliens had landed. So funny, totally distracted me. Thanks for all the kind words about the music. Keep going with the Captain of the Stars record. We'll do some strut because it's up next. We'll do some zooms.
Boxes, your infinite toxins, all got something to say. Indestructible ideas are vanishing, aimlessly wandering away. The nation
back up on the mic. So let's do a little bit of a tour. I got Tycho in view. It's looking so nice and sharp tonight. Definitely brighter around some of these regions, as we've seen. I'll give a shout out to Mississippi Case. What's going on? Welcome. Everybody else hanging out as well. I very much appreciate it, and sending you all the best vibes. It's almost 11 p.m. Gonna go for a little bit longer here while we got this view, so let me lower this music a bit more. We'll do a bit of a tour here with this close-up. Let me know if there are any parts of the moon that you want to visit or take a look at, and then we'll close the show with a wide shot again like before. So wonderfully clear rays emanating from the Tycho region, the parallel road going off to the left, the tiny crater, a little white one called Bullialdus on the edge. See how much of this I remember without practicing. Moving into Oceanus Procellarum with Copernicus, Kepler, and Aristarchus. Our right-angled triangle, or sorry, Pythagorean triangle. And also you can kind of see this amazing emanation from Kepler. So of course Copernicus up top, Aristarchus bottom left, and Kepler crater underneath. And you see how this crisscrossing of these dendritic ridges and electrical scarring patterns coming out is just so amazing to see in this detail. Yo, 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 Tony Salamone. I'm back for a little bit, for a couple of nights for sure. Felt like it was time to share. I'd put away the gear for the season because I needed a break, but it's good to see you. Hope everything is well by you. Measurement is a crucial part of good coffee making, and also it depends on what method you're using, but I've been doing pour over lately. So it's just this fine metal filter into my old French press jug or container, because French press really is great, but once you start really doing pour over and you got a grinder, it's a whole other thing. Going off on a tangent here on coffee, but we'll keep this view in here while I talk about it. So yeah, grind the beans. I know people do ratios and everything, but I really just fill the grinder to the top with really great beans. I just got a delivery of Onyx beans. Don't judge me, they're very expensive, but it's worth it if that's all you're eating and drinking. So Onyx beans, fill the grinder to the top, got this fine metal filter, and fill that with most of what's in the grinder. So not really all of it. There's always like a 10%, 20% remainder. And then I got a really nice kettle last year, because I'd had this kettle for 10 years and it was really getting gross. So I got a brand new kettle and I pour very slowly around the top of the pour over, do one round and let it bubble over. And I've talked about that before, where that's sort of where I started getting this idea of the hexagons and the bubble emanations, and how you kind of get these little pockets where bubbles emerge from the top of the pour over and they start pushing against one another, creating hexagons and geodesic structures, and it's amazingly similar to the view that we're looking at right here. Let's see, what did I miss in the chat room? Mary just Googled portal and came up with a warning security risk. Yeah, there must be somebody like sitting on that domain, just waiting for somebody to prey upon. You want a blue wrench so you can post a hot link? Yeah, sure thing. Don't get sad when I take it away. Let's see. Add moderator. There you go, bud. Oh, don't post any weird links though, please. Don't want to get like scammed or whatever. Just be careful. Scammed. whatever it is, or lead people to a link that might get them into trouble. Oh, that's coffee. Kimchi Mari. Huh, okay. Foam coffee link. That looks good. All right, that link is all right. Good deal. So anyway, pouring very gently over top of this, this semi-filled strainer back into coffee, and then seeing those bubbles emerge. And then what I do is I have my own ice maker, so I'll do my own kind of like nitro by pouring the coffee from very high up in a very small, like thin drizzle around the top of the glass with the ice in it. And you have to really have a nice glass, like thick glass with some emblem on it. Right now I have a cow, but usually I have like blue glass with the bubbles in it. And then I'll basically just get the coffee to bubble up as it's melting the ice. And then of course you have to add one layer of ice after that, so you don't just end up with wet coffee. So the intensity of the Onyx brew pour over with this amount of ice for me is just like that peak perfection. As long as I don't overheat the water and really burn the top of it. If you scald it, you'll get that slightly burnt taste, but you just got to get it at like 175. Anyway, that's my coffee story. Let me know how you make your coffee. I know we've been talking about coffee a lot tonight, but it's very important for some people. Well, let's pick a song. What about this one? But if you really get the ice right, there's never a point where it really gets too wet, Mary. It's just right. It melts the first layer of ice, and then there's a bunch underneath it, and then you add a whole handful, and then it cools very, very quickly.
we break. Fly too hard to cast all those shadows away. Oh, wild wizard, into the blackness we drain. Fly, young sweetheart, in the hopes of the shadows vibrate. But I got nothing real to say for myself. But I'm sorry. Oh babe, I'm not sorry. I keep on pulling you back from the edge, but I got nothing to say or defend myself. So I'm sorry. Oh man, I'm not really sorry. I keep on pulling myself back from the edge, but I got nothing real to say for myself. But I'm sorry. Oh babe, I'm not sorry. I keep on pulling you back from the edge, but I got nothing to say or defend for myself. So I'm sorry. Man, I'm not really sorry. Wild wizard, into the blackness we break. Fly, young blue heart, to cast all the shadows away. Oh, wild wizard, into the darkness we drain. Fly, young sweetheart, in the host of the shadows vibrate.
Just doing this nice zoom here of Kepler. Like I said, Rick, yeah, I'm sitting behind my desk, so I haven't messed with the scope. I feel like I had it dialed in earlier, and it's just because, you know, around full, obviously you get that kind of aberration because of the brightness. Right now I have all the settings turned down really low, so it's dim, but I still feel like it's going in and out of focus a tiny bit. It could also just be my settings. So I'm going to find a new song, just wanted to say what's up, and then I'll go and mess with the focus a bit more, see if we can get it a tiny bit sharper. I just thought it was on before, but maybe, maybe when I moved, actually, that's what happened. When I moved the scope, I lost it. So, all good, that happens. I hear a couple of songs in a row.
logical desire. Don't twist my heart. Then your mama came and swept you up. And you went and married your high school lover. Man, did you want some kids or something? 'Cause I never had that in me. I've been waiting for you so long, yeah. You traveled across the seas for me, and then you left me crawling in Amsterdam beaches, waiting on the hotel floor for you. Then your mama came and swept you up. Then you went and married your high school lover. Oh, with your candlelight, I got your potion while I play. Your distant wishes, my delight, to your fire in the sky. Oh, I'll take you for a while. Carve out a rose for you. For you. what you know, you got to learn how not to fall. Better believe it, want to tell you all. Think what you want, but I can't listen to the news. Better believe me, soon we cannot lose. Oh, bleed, how we bleed, you got to know just when to heal. Better believe me, this is why we're real. Know what you don't and know just know when not to call. Better believe me, will it tell us all? Need what you want and don't just listen to the news. Better believe it, still we cannot lose. It's out of the way.
Chat a bit because the view is just ridiculous tonight. I'm very much enjoying it with y'all. All right, but I just want to comment on how sharp the angle is here. I got Sea of Serenity pulled up, and you can see along the, just if your eyes follow the top corner of the screen to the bottom middle and then move all the way to the top right, you'll see what a corner it really is, and this is due to the fact that it's hexagonal. And then if you see the bridge right here, you'll start seeing, we're very close up, so, but I want to stay zoomed in. But either way, I just want to show the geometry. Just look at the thumbnail of this video tomorrow or later, and you'll see I put all the images that I've talked about side by side. So the snow leopard, into the beehive, into the molecules, into the bridge of the nose, into the basalt columning, into cellular structure or bubbles, and then cells. And you'll see throughout the whole thing is always spherical, merging with other spheres, creating boundary layers, and ultimately hexagonal forms because they're the strongest shape, and nature is efficient, and it has intrinsic geometry that is recursive throughout. And so that's why it's so fascinating to see this on the surface of the moon and see it on your hand. Your hand as well also has these dendritic ridges that look just like the filaments that we see on the moon. So the imprint of the universe is throughout. It's all our veins and nerves. It's the spiraling of the Birkeland current. It's the emanation of the onion skins of memory and time, the shells. And it's just, we have this incredible map, sister planet in the moon, that can show us everything that we need to know about ourselves and planetary interaction. Just, it's so important to know it. And the other part of it, what's very interesting, is this idea that there's pareidolia, or seeing faces where there are none. For example, when people say, oh, I saw a face in the clouds or a shape in the clouds, you know, people kind of write that off, even though we share that common experience. But the reason we do see that is because clouds are, you know, basically form these shapes that are hexagons and bubble formations, and the recursive patterns of humans and plant life and Earth are imprinted in the clouds as well. So we see these shapes as real things because they are the same shape. It's not because we're just imagining things. So there is true recursive nature to the universe. And when I say recursive, I just mean like it's at every scale. So at the very tiniest particle, this shape exists, and at the largest scale that we can imagine, it must also exist. And so it exists in tiny ways in throughout our body and outside our body, and then our body itself is a version of those smaller shapes, which are basically the hourglass, the donut, and the emanation of the onion skins, and then the spirals emanating from the center of that. Every crater, every single bubble particle, I think, actually resonates this way. The oscillation is what causes the layers, the shells, to appear. And the reason things can connect over vast distances is because they are physically manifest, connected through these bubbles of plasma. Makes perfect sense that way to me. Just want to drop that little bit. What's up, Plain Truth? How you doing? Hope you're well. And Daryl, what's going on? Word of the day, recursive. I know I've said it a bunch. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Let's get some dank tunes going. Gonna go into some electro stuff from Vibration Theater. Again, if you like the music and you haven't checked it out, description has all the links, and Bandcamp has a bunch of updated stuff from the last couple of years, but I do have some new ones that I have to get ready. All right, this one's A Line in the Sand.
for the ones you left. And I crawl inside you and fly. You're my hurricane. No sleep when I lost you. No sleep when I lost you. You're my hurricane. No fear when I lost you. No fear when I lost you. You're my hurricane. Empty on my counter beach, theoretical. Up to the chairs we saw all getting high here. And so many words of the naked and the birds below the beach. Your summers of rain. Oh, tell me the way you've been. Slide over me. Slide over me. You would dream sweetly. And slow you on so deep. And you come inside you and fly. You're my hurricane. No sleep when I lost you. No sleep when I lost you. You're my hurricane. No fear when I lost you. No fear when I lost you. You're my all the fever, I'll receive you. The star you needed. A well of my heart, you're not to leave her. Orbital sunlight, sounding for my brain, but it's not insane. And then your spiral arms, like the notes you say, extending your shape to the letter that gave illusion. And told me what to need to settle the least. Over and over we came to the same conclusion. Let's just not lose it. sin. I live without your heart, oh devil ever sing. I know that the days spent beyond the reef, even if I feel incomplete. Slow distance we flow, difference exists, difference without. I hold you up to be, I hold you up to the light you reach till you need a hole like me. So I form a bridge before we hit the ground. So I form a bridge before you hit the ground.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Fantasy Ecstasy? How you doing, brother? Thanks for all the kind words, everybody. I'm gonna wind it up here, wrap it up here, wind it down. So you can see the moon going behind the windowsill right now. Just the right amount of time. Coming up on like 2 hours and a quarter. This is a fun stream tonight. I hope the audio was good. I hope the visuals, I know the visuals are good tonight because I was enjoying them. All great thoughts, wonderful vibes. I appreciate everybody's patience and kindness to one another. It's great that we have a little bit of room to breathe here. Yeah, no C19 up in here. I've been quarantined for a while. And honestly, I really never go out anyway. I have so much to do with music and space and, you know. So for me, life is pretty much the same, but also I've been riding this space wave and electric universe stuff for a while. The world has not been common or boring or unexciting for me for a long time. So this is just another massive incident experience that I'm going through and y'all are going through. We get to talk about, we get to be alive right now. Even, you know, there are a lot of ways of coming at this. You know, some people are growing, many are dying, many are just watching, and who knows which perspective is correct. But yeah, staying healthy, at least we got today, we got the right now. Instead of going through the list of everybody, I'm just going to wish you all a great, wonderful night. And maybe I'll be back again tomorrow, but I definitely will do a stream this weekend if I skip the next few days. I want to get one of those waning crescents. It's been a while. Let's see, what can we end the stream on? So I've been playing y'all some of the newer cuts, Hurricane, and what was that other one I played? Nice. This new one's really like, I just want to get this one done. Yeah, this is something new too. All right, while this moon is drifting, let me know if you have any thoughts. Take care and have the great rest of your night. Awesome day tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane. And if you're feeling good, you know, go help someone else if you can. Send them a nice compliment or do whatever you want. No, there's no pressure. It's all, actually there's a lot of pressure coming from the electric universe, the plasma, the geometry, all that sort of stuff.
Haven't got a clue for myself. I'm slowly up and down the apartment. I see you on the street once again. You're coming after me, what you riding so mean to me. I believe we can feel love into the wind, to the wind.
Miguel, you caught up with the last couple of minutes of the show. Hope you're doing well, man. Just wrapping up over here. I wish everyone a great night, including you. Or now I'm including you. Hola and buenos noches. Alright, what are we going on? I think it's gotta be something good. Alright, let's do Mary Jane Blues. And maybe one more depending on if the moon lasts.
I'd love you forever, but you're killing me. This is marijuana blues, so I need you. Every night I want to feel you. In the morning so cold, I believe you. Oh, Mary Jane, it's so plain. I got these marijuana blues. Don't let them fool you, push them fool you. Take you to the place that'll do you. Hail Mary Jane, just obey.
Find its way until the hard dry stone. Bring the wine, tally the time until the twilight's gone. Your well feels and just invite cool chicks, just whip up cool chicks. Their minds separate television for blitzes. Wild separation where sin wild sleep down. Look at the wall, it's a bit touch action. Look at the wall, it's a punk. Get it, good, get it, till the islands, the night is on, find its way until the hot run's done. It's fine, finger the wine, until the time, till the twilight's are gone. You're well, so fight for this, just whip up the cool chicks. In our minds, look at the ones they both
slithering down the tracks, syncopated television, coherent integration. Living in time.